Hey there, welcome back to Game On. You are in the Sports Cage, and Kevin and I happy to welcome Dr. Stu Gershman to the studio. Stu, thanks for coming in, and we are talking Buddy Chek tonight. Buddy Chek for Jesse, a mental health initiative, and you've got a website and a lot of things rolling. And first of all, let's go back to the story of Jesse and explain why you've started Buddy Chek.
Well, Buddy Chek was started about a year ago as an idea in my head, but the idea was brewing for the past 4 years. On October 29, 2014, I became part of a club. My family became part of this club that we never thought we'd be joining, which was my firstborn, Jesse, was 22 and he died by suicide. And in the process of trying to move on and manage from that, we shortly after his death, the hockey teams that he was playing on that I was involved with coaching, somebody mentioned that green is a color of mental health, something I wasn't aware of at the time, and all the kids in the dressing rooms, they taped their sticks green. And I went into the dressing rooms and spoke to the kids before the game about, and I was a little messed up at the time, but I didn't fall apart too much. But basically trying to explain to the kids, my boys were in Atom and Bantam at the time.
Right.
And I explained that they have a supportive team around them and a family. And, you know, a dressing room is a pretty sacred place for hockey players and most sports. And so I just gave a little talk about mental health, and it wasn't just about suicide. It was about how they can support their teammate. And everybody played the game and the green tape, and of course it was the effect, the optics of that were kind of nice, and it got people talking a bit. And I thought, why can't other coaches do this? Maybe this is kind of a good way to get a message across, because I know through my own son's friends, we talk about this stuff, and in my work as a physician and in sport medicine, you do a lot of psychology. And everybody knows that mental health issues are huge. Right. So I had the idea to maybe have other coaches do it, and here we are. And the website, I had a lot of help along the way. It was just an idea. I contacted a couple of friends. The next thing you know, we have Buddy Chek for Jesse, and it's the whole idea is to try and get the message out there. But that's where it all started, in the dressing room.
So in sharing Jesse's story and speaking to these players in the dressing room, what sort of feedback or response have you seen, either from hockey parents, players, coaches, or BC Hockey?
Well, I know the other coaches, whenever I talk about this in the dressing room, are think it's a wonderful thing. How much the kids end up talking to their parents about it, I don't know, because I hadn't really done any follow-up until this year, which I'm hearing a lot. They definitely ask about the green tape, and hopefully it helps start the conversation a bit. I've had, since this website is launched, since this initiative has been launched, I've now had a number of parents reach out to me about stories from their kids and what they're struggling with. And I've had some players who I've coached over the years and friends of my sons who have sent me their stories, which, I know it's all out there. It's out there.
Tell us a bit about Jesse and the young man he was, and I know he's a very intelligent young man and a really good athlete. Were there signs, Stu, leading up? Did you sort of sense some mental illness issues?
Well, the very fact, if you're gifted, right off the bat, that can be a disability. Right. So we knew when Jesse was young that he was there was something different about him in terms of his intelligence level. A lot of the time he seemed like a normal kid, whatever normal is. He, one side of him was this high IQ, and another side of him was obsessive compulsive disorder, maybe some other things that weren't ever quite labeled. There was another side of him, and that was the part that I cared about more than anything his whole life. And yet society tends to focus on the IQ part and the gifted part, and you're so lucky and all these things, and it's, yes, that's wonderful, but there's a whole other side to this kid. So yes, we recognized when he was young that there was some challenges, and he recognized it, and before his death he really started to recognize it, which, and I would call that insight, which is huge, and it just he couldn't carry on.
Tell us about the bracelets. I know you brought one for Kevin and I, and,
Yes.
and where you can get them, and green, of course, as you mentioned, is the color for mental health.
Yeah, and so the bracelets are sort of my my little, I guess, pet peeve. I just like bracelets. I know I like wearing them, and I know a lot of kids like wearing them. They're just a thing, and they're not expensive, and we were able to get them done. And so they say #BuddyCheck for Jesse. And just again, I think it's just another awareness thing for every the players on all the teams are going to be getting them,
Nice.
and so you guys are lucky.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you very much. I'll wear this for sure. And so let's go through it again. Just how people get involved, and just give us the website first of all, because you got to go to the website and really check it out. It's so well done.
It's good to check the website. It's buddycheckforjesse.com. And the whole, what we have going on right now is throughout the province, we've sent packages to 40 BC hockey teams throughout the province, male and female, which includes posters, buddy check cards, which are resources to help wallet cards, some bracelets, and tape through Lowry Tape, and plus those, and then packages have gone out to all the South Island associations, which I was a part of. When this started, we did not know how big it was going to be, how much to buy, how to do this, so we figured start small and see where it goes. Yeah. And there's hundreds of teams now across Canada that are just downloading the resources from the website and buying their own tape. And I'm sure between Renfrew and Lowry, they're wondering where all the green tape is going across Canada. My nephew's bought it all up in Manitoba, it looks like. So, so that's how. And next weekend, it's for the whole idea is to be to coincide with the anniversary of Jesse's death. And so next weekend is when hopefully the teams do this, and the coaches and will do a little chat with their teams. Kids will tape their sticks, and that's what we're peaking for. So,
well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for doing that, and thanks for coming in. Great meeting you, Stu. Thanks for doing this. It's buddycheckforjesse.com. Check out the video and check out the website. And thanks to Dr. Stu Gershman for coming in today. Well, that's it. Another edition of the Sports Cage and Game On here in Chek. And join Kevin and I each and every Sunday night at 6 and 10:30 for the big show. Good night.